This is not for the faint of heart.
We all used to think YouTube animators were the safest creators on the platform. Cute drawings, funny stories, harmless vibes, yeah. No. Turns out some of them have scandals so wild they make reality TV look educational. Today we're going through 4 animators who got exposed in ways that permanently changed the phrase, "do it for the views." Trust me, by the end of this video, even your sketchbook will feel suspicious. When it comes to YouTube animation scandals, this one is practically engraved in internet history. Back in 2016, Jaiden Animations went to VidCon for the very first time, already battling severe body image issues and absolutely not ready for a face reveal. But one creator in her group was vlogging non-stop, camera right up in her personal space. That creator? Alex Clark. After the event, Jaiden politely asked if he could censor her face. Not only did she offer to do the editing herself, she actually did it hours of work, cartoon mask over every frame, all done. She sent it back, and Alex said, "Yeah, I'm going to upload the original instead." If this sounds insane, that's because it is.
When did your face reveal finally happen?
The first time I ever went to VidCon, people were gonna see me, so I need to just get over it. One of the people in the groups was vlogging and in my face and stuff. And then after VidCon, I was like, can we edit my face out? I'm actually not that comfortable with it. I was like, I'll edit it myself. I edited it all. It took a couple hours and I sent it back. And then he's like, I think I'm gonna put the one with your face up.
The video went up with Jaiden face reveal in the tags and title references, which didn't just reveal her face, it shoved her into the spotlight she was terrified of. Jaiden later described the experience as mortifying, devastating, and deeply scarring. Her fans connected the dots instantly, and Alex became the designated villain of the Storytime community for years. But here's where things get messy. Alex claimed he never knew the extent of her struggles. In his version, she agreed after he encouraged her to be confident, and he thought they were still friends afterward. They even collaborated months later. So when Jaiden's video finally came out, he said he was blindsided. Fast forward to his public response. Alex finally released a long explanation admitting he handled things poorly. He clarified he didn't intend harm, debunked rumours that he doxed her, took responsibility for the insensitive decisions, and apologised both privately and publicly. Say what you will about the guy, at least he didn't hide forever. He owned it, explained it, and apologised. And on YouTube, accountability is rarer than a functional comment section. If YouTube animators had a most likely to make you check your Wi-Fi history twice award, Ben the Looney would sweep every category. One of the strangest figures in the animation niche, Ben has reinvented himself more times than a washed-up pop star. Ben the Looney then came the Puffy Zillerman 4, and now Skeletoons. Same guy, same art style, same questionable everything. The man changes channel names like he's running from federal agencies, not YouTube comments. Ben didn't just blur the line between cartoon analysis and NSFW content, he took a sledgehammer to that line, set it on fire, and then made a top 10 sexy cartoon girls list to dance around the ashes. That's the exact moment when thousands of viewers hit pause, stared at the screen and whispered, "Dear God, what happened to this man?" And just when you think it couldn't get stranger, enter Jormy 49, a creator who dropped a 51-minute forensic documentary on Ben's entire digital lifetime. This wasn't a takedown, it was a Netflix crime special. He covered every deleted video, every controversial rant, every NSFW bit Ben tried to scrub from the internet. We'll link that full video in the description. Today, Ben hides behind Skeletoons, rebranded and sanitized. Kind of. But even with a new name, the internet never forgets. And Ben is permanently archived under why animators get exposed. If there were ever a YouTube channel that could fool both a toddler and a grown adult with a dirty browser history, it's Shappy's Way. At first glance you think, oh, cute little animal characters. Probably life lessons, maybe a friendship arc, wholesome vibes. 5 seconds later, you realise you've wandered into a fetish fever dream, wrapped in a bluey art style, and the algorithm is silently judging you.
Hey friend, put your finger on the mark.
Sorry, he is...
Shappy's Way isn't just towing the line between children's animation and adult content. It's performing a full Olympic sprint across it. The characters are bright, colourful, soft-edged and adorably designed, until they start doing things that absolutely should not be paired with pastel dog characters. The videos aren't explicit enough to get banned, and that's the genius or horror of it. They're suggestive enough that adults know exactly what's going on, but subtle enough that a kid might just click because, ooh, talking animals. This is the exact nightmare scenario every parent fears. Leaving their child with YouTube for 5 minutes and returning to find a cartoon character in a position that would require therapy. And here's the wild part, Shappy's Way is thriving. Millions of views, tons of engagement, a disturbingly supportive fan base that comments things like cute animation, while completely ignoring what's happening on screen. The algorithm gobbles it up because the thumbnails look harmless, the characters look safe, and shorts don't give you time to realise you're watching something that belongs behind a digital age gate. Critics aren't exaggerating when they say this channel is dangerously deceptive. If adult creators want to make fetish-coded animation, fine, go wild. But using a kid's cartoon aesthetic to package adult themes, that crosses into, this should not be on YouTube at all. If YouTube had a scoreboard for creators who confuse the algorithm, Rakoon would be undefeated. With over 4 million subscribers and a massive kid-heavy audience, Rocky's channel looks innocent enough at first glance. Bright thumbnails, silly animations, colourful characters. But the moment you actually click, you realise something is off. The scandal that kicked everything into overdrive was his animation of the Squid Game doll doing the Jacko pose, a position from gaming culture that is, let's just say, not something anyone expected to see a child-coded character doing. The internet took one look at the clip and collectively whispered, "Rocky? Buddy? Why?" When backlash hit, Rocky posted a tearful livestream addressing the controversy. Some viewers felt bad. Others noticed that many of his thumbnails showed characters in unusually dramatic poses or outfits not designed with kids in mind. Suddenly, the Squid Game clip didn't feel like a one-off mistake. It felt like part of a pattern. Then came the second wave, Rocky's Patreon, which previously offered art intended for an adult audience. Normally that's fine. Creators can do what they want behind a paywall. The problem? Rocky promoted it on a channel where the majority of viewers are children. That's where the internet drew a hard line. But here's the twist. Rakoon is still thriving. Millions of views, endless engagement. The algorithm treats him like royalty. Rocky isn't the villain of YouTube, he's the warning sign. The one that says, maybe check what your kids are watching.
Friend to inject silicone into my buttocks. The same procedure Nicki Minaj and Cardi B had to make their butts bigger.
If you've ever stumbled onto Share My Story, you probably had the same reaction everyone else did. Wait, what is this? The channel looks like a typical animated storytelling hub. Colourful characters, dramatic titles, emotional music. But once you actually watch the videos, you realise something is seriously mismatched. Instead of relatable life lessons or true struggles, Share My Story dives straight into overly bold, borderline absurd storylines like, I was breastfed at 16, I gave birth in jail at 16, and I wear diapers at 17. These aren't taboo topics handled with sensitivity. These are shock thumbnails designed to make preteens click out of pure curiosity. And apparently, even the audience is catching on. Under one video, a viewer commented, I thought this was going to be a genuine story, but the end just made it so ridiculous. That pretty much sums up the entire channel. The stories often feel fake, over-exaggerated, or written by someone speed-running a soap opera. Animators who've examined their content say it follows a formula. Pick the most outrageous topic possible, wrap it in a dramatic voiceover, and profit off the chaos. But here's the real problem. Their main audience is kids and young teens, who are too young to understand what's real, what's fiction, or why these topics are inappropriate. Kids expect real lessons, not sensationalized weirdness masquerading as true events. Share My Story isn't just controversial, it's the definition of YouTube clickbait turned up to maximum power. And judging by the comments, viewers are finally catching on. Thanks for sticking through the madness. YouTube animators are talented, but some are talented at hiding trouble. If you want more exposed creators, drop their names below. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive. Until then, watch your recommendations closely. Not every cartoon is as innocent as it looks.